Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Sandy VCAL PD presents the Sports Corner Podcast.
Let's get ready to rumble!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the 2Sweet podcast, and today we'll be going through some news, reviews, and rumors.
Leigh, let me say one thing. Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss this week on Raw was phenomenal. I don't care who says what.
I cannot disagree with you on that one, Edan. I can say that Alexa Bliss looked good on Raw this week, but there's one thing I hated about Alexa Bliss this week. It was the security. That was all I could say. That's all I can say. She looked like Seth Rollins, who can wrestle. But looking at Alexa Bliss, who can wrestle as well, she doesn't need security.
She doesn't need security,
And she sure as hell doesn't need Alicia Fox.
but she is a heel.
She works good on the mic. She does what she does best, and that's talk trash to the fans, to Ronda Rousey, to any of her opponents. That's what she does best. All right, so the timetable for tonight. We're going to be going through Raw. We're going to be going through SmackDown. We're going to be going through the E&L segment.
Edan's fantasy booking is back.
And for the main event, the G1
One
Climax Finals.
One of the greatest matches of all time.
Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kota Ibushi. I was blown away big time.
A bit angry about the winner, but other than that, amazing match.
Yeah, it was amazing. I cannot agree more. All right, so let's get the show on the road. We'll start off with Monday Night Raw, and it was a bit stale.
Just like SmackDown.
Yet SmackDown was also stale, but at least this week's Raw was better than any other Raw that we reviewed for the past couple of months.
Very right.
All right, so the show started off with Smiley Ronda Rousey, and she was saying, she was talking about Jim Neidhart's passing and rest in paradise, mate.
Rest in paradise. One of the greatest tag teams of all time.
The Hart Dynasty. Yeah.
Let me just say this. There's been a lot of wrestlers who's died.
Yeah,
has died this year.
There was Vader, Brian Christopher, Grandmaster Sexay.
Yep. Jerry King Lawler's son.
Nikolai Volkov. A lot of people have been passing these last couple of weeks.
So, we just want to send our condolences to Nat and Natalia's family.
Yep.
But we're gonna get this show on the road. So, WWE Raw, as Leigh just said, was okay. Ronda Rousey came out. We don't care. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't care. I love Ronda, but get your mic skills right and get a different haircut. I'm sick and tired of her not looking like a heel, not looking ruthless. She needs to look ruthless. And you know what Alexa Bliss should have done? You know how to get Ronda angry? I'm sorry, I know he passed away, but he should have done something. You know how, was it Sasha Banks or Charlotte? Someone talked about Charlotte's brother?
That was Paige, I think.
Yeah, Paige. I understand it goes far, but adding that to a storyline brings excitement, it brings drama, and I like it. I personally like it.
Yeah, that would have worked. That would have worked. Alexa Bliss should have done what Paige done. Like, talk about Natalia's father, Jim Neidhart.
And then
Talked about his
Natalia
passing.
could have stolen Ronda's spotlight.
Yeah.
Ronda, Shayna, Baszler, heel. That's it. That's
That-
all we need, and that's all I care about. So, Leigh, what else?
So the first match of the show was Ember Moon versus Alexa Bliss.
I'm just sorry. Let me just stop this here right now.
That's okay. Go on.
I am so angry. Why are they making the champion look vulnerable? I do not understand. I know Ember Moon's amazing. Alexa Bliss needs to start destroying her opponents. But no. What they're going to do is make the champion look weak and then have Ronda Rousey probably beat her in 10 seconds.
Or 30.
No.
Whichever works.
No, they're doing that. Now I know what they're doing. They're just going to do another UFC with Ronda Rousey. They're just going to make her beat opponents in like 20 seconds with arm bars. Watch.
If they do that, I'm going to be so furious.
Same.
Okay, so it ended up in a disqualification. Then, yeah, it ended up in disqualification. Was a bit stale. Corporate Corbin versus Tyler Breeze.
Do we care?
No! Apparently, this was set up from Stephanie McMahon. She said to Baron Corbin, you can pick the opponent that you want and the opponent that Finn Balor can have. And Baron Corbin's best pick was Tyler Breeze. It wasn't his best match. Baron Corbin is dying on Raw. Finn Balor is dying on Raw. Hell, everyone's dying on Raw.
Constable Corbin or Corporate Corbin. Now, Leigh, you're going to be a bit surprised of what I have to say.
We'll go on and...
But this gimmick is kinda working. And I'll tell you why. Corbin has not gotten this much TV time in a while. Corbin, you can tell he's getting pushed.
Yeah, I can tell.
You can tell he's getting pushed. Now, what they need to do is bring back the Lone Wolf, please. I don't care about no hair. Just bring back the Lone Wolf. That's all we want. I don't care about no corporate crap. Alright? I am tired of all these Raw gimmicks. The big dog. What? The big what? Nothing. You're the worst wrestler. Baron Corbin. Tell the WWE to change your gimmick now. Tyler Breeze. You're a good wrestler. Go to SmackDown. Get a singles career. Or go to 205 Live if you can make the weight.
I'm with you. All right, so Corporate Corbin won, and then he announced who Finn Balor was going to take on. He was going to take on the hippie from India
And the
man of Raw, Kevin Owens.
Yes, who should
be Universal Champion.
Yes, or the Money in the Bank.
He'll be Money in the Bank holder at SummerSlam. I
hope so. I doubt it.
I'm hoping, yeah.
Vince loves Braun, so we'll see.
Yeah. Though Kurt Angle, the whole you suck came out. It's just getting cringier and cringier as the weeks and months go by.
What Kurt Angle needs to do, first of all, we just want to see Brock and Kurt again. I know Kurt is
Kurt is
old
the general manager. He's old, yeah.
But he can still go. And I hope Kurt Angle does something to turn around his career. Because what is this? WWE are making him a face general manager and making him just look stupid.
Yeah,
making him look like he doesn't even know how to do his
Remember back
job.
in the day, like, he was the SmackDown general manager and he was a heel?
Yeah, I love that.
Those were the good days with Kurt Angle as a general manager. But here, right now, he's just so cringy to look at. But back on topic. With Kurt Angle coming out saying, I can't cancel the match, but I can add in a tag team partner for Finn Balor. And who else? Braun Strowman. Of course, it would be Braun Strowman, because who else would they bring up? Though Strowman and Balor versus Mahal and Owens again. And it was also stale. Didn't care. Balor and Strowman won. The babyfaces win as usual. some local singer named Ricky Roberts, was it? Yeah. He was a massive suck up to Elias. He wanted to be a guitar player himself. Lashley came out, bashed up Ricky Roberts. It's the usual same-o, same-o. A triple threat match between the B Team, the Revival, and the Deleter of Worlds. B Team won. Don't care. The Revival hit a Shadow Machine on Bray Wyatt, but Axel took advantage and stole the pin. The B Team and the Revival are going to be having a rematch at SummerSlam on the pre-show of all things. The Revival on the pre-show. That is the most dumbest thing I have ever heard.
You know what they should have done? Have Revival win the tag titles.
And have the Deleter of Worlds take on the Revival.
But no, they have the F Team.
The F Team, yes, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, win that triple threat match and move on to SummerSlam as the Raw Tag Team Champions.
Who are they versing?
They're versing the Revival at SummerSlam.
At least it's not the Deleter of Worlds, and I hope the Revival smash their butts.
Yep. He who won't be mentioned on this podcast came out saying he's going to be shoving Brock Lesnar up Dana White's
in his dreams. Let me tell you something, guys. I know what's happening at SummerSlam. I know. I can just feel it. Lesnar is going to destroy Roman Reigns. And Paul Heyman's plan was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But now, you know what they're trying to do, Leigh? You know what I see? I see the commentators leaning towards Roman Reigns to win the match. If you heard what Corey Graves said, he's like, I think Lesnar is scared of Reigns, of what he's capable of. Are you serious?
I heard him. That is got to be one of the worst things I've heard Corey Graves say in his career on commentary.
I hope Reigns does not win. And if he does win, we need a heel turn.
Yeah.
We need that heel turn that we've been waiting for nearly 4 goddamn years. 4 goddamn years. Did you hear that, WWE? 4 years.
We've been waiting for a Roman Reigns heel turn, and SummerSlam is the perfect time for it. SummerSlam or the Raw after SummerSlam. That's the perfect time. Continuing on. The cringiest and the worst babyface on Raw with Titus Catering versus Mojo Rawley and the Authors of Pain. Do we care? No! I've said it all before, and I'm saying it again. Why is the Authors of Pain still stuck with Titus Catering? Why is Mojo Rawley stuck with Titus Catering? Why is Bobby Roode still stuck with Titus Catering? Why is Apollo Crews still stuck with Titus Catering? I said it all before. I'm saying it now. I don't care how many times I said it. I just don't care. This is ridiculous. Oh, God. Wow. I'm just so pissed off right now. All 5 of those wrestlers don't deserve this whatsoever. Though Rude and Titus Catering won, the Authors of Pain deserves a push. Mojo deserves the Intercontinental title spot. I just don't care. Ruby Riott.
No one cares.
Yeah, no one cares. Ruby Riott versus Sasha Banks. It was still the Riott Squad versus Banks and Bayley. We still don't care about this feud.
No one cares about the women's division right now.
Oh, no one's even caring about this.
Can you just put the title on Ember Moon already?
Or Ruby Riott, whichever works. No one's even caring about this division.
I like Ruby Riott, man.
Yeah, no one.
Riott is a
Ruby Riott
beast.
is the only woman to care about in this division right now,
And
aside from
Ember
Ember Moon. Yeah, aside from Ember Moon.
Ruby Riott. Let me tell you this. Ruby Riott, there's something about her I like. The way she her personality, the way she carries herself, it is brilliant.
Just break up the Riot Squad.
Yeah, I don't like that's cringy.
Yet Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan are just dragging her down.
I don't mind Sarah Logan, but Liv Morgan's horrible.
What is with that blue tongue, by the way?
I know, right? They're trying to make her look like Rosemary from TNA, which I thought they signed last year, but it was a big rumor. But yeah.
Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler's
We
contract signed.
are having a heel, Ambrose. It is practically confirmed. There is no way they're going to make him look like a jacked up lunatic with a shaved head and not make him not heel.
Yeah,
Now,
but the look on Dean Ambrose, it shows you and it tells you it's going to be a heel turn. It's going to be a Dean Ambrose heel turn at SummerSlam.
I can't wait. But I don't want a Seth Rollins and Dean feud again. You know why? I want something new for Ambrose. After that feud, I hope Dean Ambrose can move to SmackDown as a heel and try and get something like a United States Championship again.
Yeah, the United States title's back there.
Maybe. You never know. And by the way, Ziggler should be holding that title for a year. But let me just go straight to the point. Ziggler and McIntyre were in the ring, wanting a 2-on-1, I think, handicap match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, they were thinking of having a 2-on-1 handicap. Like, it was going to be Seth Rollins there alone with nobody there, with Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre by his side.
Well, unfortunately, that didn't work because
Dean Ambrose came out. And
I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised by that as well.
But I was surprised by his look.
Though, yeah, the way he came out, he looked so jacked. Like, he looked taller than Rollins.
Yeah. He looked bigger than Rollins. And now, I don't think we're going to have that high-flying lunatic fringe anymore, man. We're going to have a heel Ambrose that I'm very excited about. The hardcore Ambrose I want back. That hardcore Ambrose that was back in the independent scene when I used to watch him in Ring of Honor and all that. Ambrose was a beast. I remember when Ambrose used to put pins in people's head. Used to have cheese graters on his head every time. Ambrose is extreme, and I want him to be heel, and I can't wait until he turns heel. And I can't wait until the fantasy booking because I have a massive thing lined up for him.
All right. On to SmackDown. And I didn't think SmackDown's go-home show would be that stale.
It was stale, but Samoa
Joe, he's the best part of SmackDown. Always is. Whenever he comes on, I just smile for him. Who wouldn't smile for Samoa freaking Joe?
And the greatest wrestler of all time.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
All right, on to the first segment. Becky Lynch and the two women who will never be mentioned on the show again. Trashella and the Queen who just keeps
the Queen of Titles.
Yeah, the Queen of Titles, yeah. We're talking about who would win the SmackDown Women's title at SummerSlam, and that should be pre-show material. The Triple Threat Women's
Not Drew Gulak.
Yeah, not Drew
And
Gulak.
Cedric Alexander.
That's not pre-show material, goddammit! Drew Gulak and Cedric Alexander should be main show material. F the pre-show.
Screw the pre-show and screw Vince McMahon. Because I guarantee you, if SummerSlam was made by Triple H, we wouldn't even have Roman goddamn Reigns in the main event. We wouldn't even goddamn be having the Cruiserweight title on the pre-show.
We wouldn't be having Andre Cien Almas and Selena Vega on the pre-show. We wouldn't be having the Revival on the pre-show.
No, but they decide to do Kevin Dunn. We're gonna put the Cruiserweight title with the pre-show. I want to make Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar 4. No one cares. I'm saying it over and over again. No one cares. You know what they should have done? And I guarantee you, if Triple H was the general manager or the CEO of WWE. Oh, no, he is the CEO. But
well, he's the CEO.
The owner of WWE. Triple H would have made Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar, or Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar. And then we would have had the greatest main event in the history of SummerSlam. Triple threat. Andrade Cien Almas versus AJ Styles versus Samoa freaking Joe.
That would be a good main event, yes.
Now, guys, I am sick of tired WWE putting on Shinsuke. Styles, they can't even produce a good wrestling match because the storyline's that bad.
Thank God they're no longer doing it for the moment.
Let's see if Samoa Joe and AJ Styles can steal the show. I hope so.
All right. So, for the first match, it was Charlotte and Becky Lynch versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And Carmella was at ringside on commentary saying, "Oh, I beat Charlotte twice. I beat Asuka twice. I'm the president of Staten Island. I'm the SmackDown Women's Champion." No one gives a flying rat's ass. We don't care if Mella is money. Mella is mediocre. Mella is mediocre. That is all I could say about Carmella. She can't even do commentary right. She can't even do a promo right. And she can't even wrestle right. That's all I could say about Carmella. Though this match was just bad. The Bludgeon Brothers took on 3 jobbers. And the match didn't even happen. Like, it was just Harper and Rowan bashing those 3 guys up. And the bell didn't even run.
Good.
Yep. And one of the best parts of SmackDown, aside from Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, was the 3-way part video of The Miz and Daniel Bryan. It was all good. All 3 parts.
That's surprising. I hope this is going to be a Steal Your Show match. And oh yeah, guys, by the way, WWE 2K19, they have announced
2K Showcase is returning.
Yeah, with Daniel Bryan.
I'm glad that 2K Showcase is returning. I like that.
I like 2K Showcase, but what I'm excited about is to see what they're doing with Universe Mode. Are they going to have a draft? Are they going to have a GM mode? And if they do, I am 100% getting WWE because GM mode is my favorite mode
it's one of the
all time.
It was one of the best modes in WWE games.
I can't see a better mode. It goes for me, number 1, GM mode. Number 2, Road to WrestleMania, and number 3, Universe Mode.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, those 3 are on my top 3, and my career mode is at number 4.
I don't like career mode personally.
It's sort of a good mode, though 2K17's portion of my career was a complete joke.
Yeah, 2K17 was horrible, but 2K18 was alright.
Yeah, 2K18 improved. It improved. All right, so with the Miz and Bryan feud videos, they were all good. My favorite part was talking smack. Yeah, the days when the Miz was talking smack. The New Day versus Sanity. Again. Do we care? No. Why is Sanity being used as jobbers? They should be still in NXT and dominating the tag team division. But WWE just brought them up for no reason. They just brought them up for New Day to kill. The Woods and Big E hit the up, up, down, down on Killian Dane, who should be going after Braun Strowman. Imagine Killian Dane and Braun Strowman. That'd be good.
By the way, guys, Leigh doesn't even know this yet. I'm announcing in the E and L segment, we're going to do our top 5 or top 10 wish lists for this year's WWE 2K19 game or next year's WWE 2K20 game.
All right.
So keep going, Leigh.
Okay, then. Andrade Cien Almas versus Edan English. Edan English was on the mic singing an apology for Lana and Rusev. And out came Andrade Cien Almas, bashed up Edan English. He won the match. And then after the match, come Sunday, Zelina Vega will expose Lana. And they will end Rusev Day. Jeff Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin. it was Jeff Hardy's returning match after he was taken out by Nakamura a couple times and Randy Orton. The match was decent enough. Jeff Hardy hit the Swanton bomb, twist of fate on Benjamin. Got the pinfall. Then Nakamura tried to attack Jeff Hardy and reversed the King Shotza into a twist of fate and then hit a Swanton bomb. And there was Randy Orton.
Thank you. But there is one thing they should not do at SummerSlam and make Randy Orton the United States champion. I love Randy, but he needs to move to Raw, man, and I want to see a Cena Orton again. And now everyone's going to be like, oh, what, Cena Orton again? I don't care. That is my childhood. I've seen those matches. Some were bad and a lot were good. It's either Cena and Orton or put him back on Raw and Legend Killer gimmick.
All right. The best promo of the show, AJ Styles and Samoa Joe.
Sorry, you said his name wrong. Samoa
Freaking Joe.
There we go.
That's right. Yep. All right. So AJ Styles was saying about, I'm going to take you down, and he was actually talking about his family. Like, you know my wife. You know my kids. How dare you say stuff like that about my family? And then out came Samoa Joe, and he was actually reading a letter from one of Styles' kids, and one of the lines said, "I hope you win the WWE title, Samoa Joe." I think, was it a daughter Styles?
Yeah, it was probably bullcrap or, but I hope Samoa Joe wins this.
Yeah, Samoa Joe for the World Heavyweight title. All right.
Guys.
That's it for SmackDown. Now for the E&L segment.
So what we are doing for the E&L segment right now, we're going to do the top 10 wish list for WWE or 2K19.
Well, 2K19.
2K19 or 2K20.
Or for 2K20. Right.
We don't care. So, Leigh, you go first as usual. What is number 10 or number 1? We don't care. Okay, number 10 to number 1.
Okay, so for number 1, I'm going to be...
Number 10.
Okay, number 10.
There we go.
Whichever works. Okay, so for number 10, I'm actually hoping, remember with SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, you get to run around the arena.
Backstage and stuff.
Yeah, you get to run around backstage and the streets and all that stuff.
In my career, yeah.
I'm hoping
that
they
was,
do that
by the way, sorry, Leigh, that was the second greatest WWE game of all time, behind WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, in your opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so for number 10, I'm hoping they improve on my career. Like, I'm hoping they go back to, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, where you run around the arena, the streets, in the parking lot, backstage, and all that stuff. I'm hoping they improve on that.
I did Kane as a career mode when I got that. My 10 is... come on, guys. WrestleMania entrances, man. You got to hurry up and bring WrestleMania entrances. You guys brought in Elimination Chamber entrances, which I've been asking since WWE 2K... Oh, not 2K. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 or 2008. I've been asking for Elimination Chamber entrances, and you finally brought it in WWE 2K18. But now, you guys don't even have WrestleMania entrances as in Pyro and all that stuff. So I think you guys need to not bring it back, but introduce it to the new game.
Okay, so for number 9, I'm going to go with a superstar. I'm hoping a superstar makes it into WWE 2K19, and that is one of the best wrestlers, Andrade Cien Almas.
I think he's already made it because he was in last year's game, wasn't he? Or
no, he wasn't in the 2K18.
Oh, no, yeah, he wasn't I thought he was in the DLC, but unfortunately...
No, he wasn't. Though Drew McIntyre and Aleister Black and a bunch of others made it to DLC.
Trust me, he will make it. For my number 9, I'm hoping for a female career mode.
A female career mode. That's actually interesting.
Yeah, a female career mode. I don't really care, to be honest, but it would be a good feature. Let's just say that.
That is an interesting feature. Yes, I'm with you. Okay, so for number 8, aside from my number 10, improving on my career, I'm hoping they bring back Road to WrestleMania.
Oh,
Yes.
man, what a mode.
Yeah, it was probably one of the biggest highlights of SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. Even though the roster was a bit small, the Road to WrestleMania mode absolutely was just amazing.
You know what Lee's going to make me do now? Since we're talking about old school WWE games, I'm probably going to go out and buy myself a copy of WWE 2K. No. WWE 2008.
I
on
loved
Smack.
2008 back then.
Yeah,
Like-
because the GM mode.
Like back then, I really, really loved WWE games. Like,
Lee, do you have 2008 SmackDown vs. Raw?
yeah, I have
2008?
SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. I have it on Xbox 360, PS3. I even had it on the PS Vita.
Really?
PSP, sorry, yeah.
I might want to borrow that off you. But
All right. So, yeah, GM mode. I'm hoping that does come back. All right, so for your number 8.
my number 8, more matches, man.
Yeah.
We need more matches.
All right, yeah. I'm with you. Remember with those Xbox 360 and PS3 versions of 2K15 and 16, they had a special guest referee mode. Like
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, that was a good match feature. I'm hoping they bring that one back.
I'm just like, I really, really want more matches. And guys, right now, it's a bit emotional, but right now, while I'm talking about WWE games, it was invested in my childhood that much. It was crazy. WWE games is always going to be in my life. I'll probably always play it, especially when I'm older. But yeah, they need to add more matches, and I hope they bring back Inferno.
Yeah, the Inferno match. I did like that.
Lee's number 7.
Okay, so for my number 7, I'm actually hoping they remember the Who Got NXT mode with the Xbox 360 and PS3 version. Yeah, I remember that. It was okay, though. I'm actually hoping they do more on that. Like maybe bring up freaking Aleister Black or maybe Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. Maybe bring up biggest highlights from NXT.
Yeah.
So maybe for the 2K showcase, maybe bring up NXT's biggest matches or biggest feuds rather. All right, so that's my number 7. Your number 7, Edan.
Commentary.
Oh yeah, commentary. Yep,
Horrible.
horrible commentary. Yes, that's
Especially with Byron Saxon. Let's just
Yeah,
say
get rid of
that.
Byron Sexton. Yeah, that's gonna be my number 6. Improve on the commentary. Or maybe with 2007, maybe have an option on who you can have as a commentator. Like, remember you can create a pay-per-view.
Yeah. That's what they should do. So Lee, for your number 6, please.
Yeah, that was my number 6. Improve on
Same.
commentators. Yeah.
Alright. So my number 6 is going to be I really want them to improve the graphics. The graphics is lacking a bit. I reckon they could do better, and it is 2K. They have good graphics, especially on NBA. And I'm gonna mix it in as well in my number 5. I'll say that for later. But number 6 is graphics. Your number 5, Lee.
Create a pay-per-view.
Yes.
Yep. 2007, they had that. I really, really enjoyed that.
What do you mean? You can create a pay-per-view in WWE Universe mode.
Oh yeah, you can. You can do that. Like, you can create a show. You can create a.
You can.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
So Lee, bit of a mistake
Yeah,
there.
My bad. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe another superstar. Maybe another superstar from. Maybe an NXT superstar, Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae.
Yep, Candice LeRae for 2K19.
But number 5 is improving the game engine.
Oh,
They
yeah.
need to improve the game engine. It's been for years where it's been slacking, and especially WWE 2K15, which was the worst WWE 2K WWE game of all time.
Yeah, I'm with you. Though the Xbox 360 and PS3 version sucked. I heard that the PS4 version and Xbox One versions were a bit better.
They were a bit better, and I already had an Xbox One and a PS4, and they were horrible. So Lee, your number 4, please.
My number 4. This is tough. I'm thinking maybe more Legends.
More Legends.
Yeah. Maybe more Legends to maybe ante up a bit. Maybe make more dream matches.
I agree. For number 4, yeah?
Yeah, number 4.
For my number 4, it's customization. They need to improve on the customization.
Oh yeah,
The
customization.
career, the way you make guys is so bad in career mode. I can even barely do anything. They just give you a attire and that's it.
I remember when I was doing my career mode on 2K18, they put me in a match with Alexa Bliss.
Really?
I'm not joking. That actually happened.
Wow.
Maybe to improve on the my career mode is to make more matches that make sense. You can't put your own superstar against a female star.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
So Leigh, for your number 3, please.
Okay, so for my number 3, this is a tough one because I remember playing a lot of WWE games back then. Maybe improve on the Nintendo Switch. Like we remember with 2K18, it had a Nintendo Switch version, and everyone's saying it's not only the worst game in 2K's history, but
they've announced
on the Nintendo Switch console.
I'm sorry, they've announced they're not going to put it on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Though I'm actually hoping somewhere in the near future they can improve on like the engines and stuff like that. I'm hoping they improve so much on the Nintendo Switch. Like give it more time to develop.
For my number 3, it's just simple for me. Bring back Road to WrestleMania. I want that so bad. Road to WrestleMania was crazy. Oh my god. I loved how you could like be a young superstar and defeat the Undertaker. I love how you can create a superstar and be on top of the world. My favorite one is where you created a superstar and the WCW came back and you have to fight off everyone.
WWE 12, man. I enjoyed WWE 12.
WWE 12 was easily top 5 of my favorite WWE games of all time. And actually, you know what? After we're going to do our top 5 WWE games of all time, I just already, guys, this is why they call me a genius. But my number 3 is Road to WrestleMania. Leigh, your number 2, please.
My number 2. It's going to be another superstar, and that's Shayna Baszler.
My favorite female wrestler.
Yep, and one of the best transitions from MMA to professional wrestling.
Yes.
So, yeah, Shayna Baszler. Have her as the NXT Women's Champion. And maybe for her wrestling moves, give her a MMA kind of background.
Yeah.
So that's my number 2. Edan, your number 1.
My number 2, hurry up and bring back the draft.
Yep.
Hurry the hell up and bring back the draft. I am sick and tired of WWE.
Like with 2K17 and 18, I had to come up with some sort of draft. I came up with a superstar shakeup like they did.
What I did was what me and my friend did. We had brands. I made one. He made one. I was Raw, old school Raw, and he decided to be SmackDown, normal SmackDown. I laughed at him when he picked up. But we got a hat, and what we did was we made selections for every superstar, and that's how we made a roster. So, yeah, we need to bring back a draft system, please, and please do it.
That's going to be my number 1. Number 1, bring back the draft. I absolutely liked the draft. From the
now, I'm sorry, they're my number 1. Bring back GM mode now. GM mode is the greatest WWE mode of all time, but they decide to get rid of it because they got rid of brand split. But now they bring it back.
They bring it back, and now is the perfect time to bring back GM mode.
But no, what they decided to do with WWE 2K18.
A 2K Showcase, a My Career mode, even though 2K Showcase was pretty good.
Yeah, it's 2K. 2K Showcase. What the ideal WWE 2K is Showcase mode, Career mode, GM mode. That's all you need. That is all you need, and play now. But anyways, guys, our top 5 favorite WWE games of all time. Leigh.
I'm going number 1, as always. So for my number 5, 2K16. WWE 2K16, yeah. When I picked it up for my Xbox One, it was so good. I did like the roster. I did like the 2K showcase with Stone Cold Steve Austin. For some of the DLC, like the DLC for the game, I may not have picked it up, but I heard it was really good. And they had another 2K showcase, right? It was a 2K showcase DLC. Edan? There was a second one for DLC.
Yeah, there was. So Leigh, you keep going.
So yeah, the My Career mode. 2K15 was so bad, but with 2K16, well, 2K15 I heard was bad, but 2K16 it improved a lot. It was my best. It was my favorite My Career mode. Best and favorite.
Number 5 for me is WWE 13. I like WWE 13. The simple fact it was different from every other WWE, and they produced it very well. CM Punk was on the cover, obviously. I really liked. I think it was a showcase mode with Stone Cold, or was that WWE 2K14? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that Stone Cold. That was 2K16.
Oh, well, yeah. What was WWE 13?
It was an Attitude Era mode.
Yeah, Attitude Era mode. There we go. And I loved it. I love the showcase. My favorite showcase was 2K16, but WWE 13 Attitude Era mode was amazing. The Universe mode was alright, and the roster was good. So that was my number 5.
Number 4 for me is WWE 2K14. Now, 2K14, it was a really good game, and the 30 years of WrestleMania mode. Now, that was an intriguing and a really, really good mode, making you relive some of WrestleMania's biggest matches and Yokozuna and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 9. However, that got in the game is beyond me. And having you relive reliving some great WrestleManias and some bad WrestleManias. My favorite match out of all those WrestleManias was Stone Cold versus The Rock at WrestleMania 15 and 17.
My number 4 is WWE 12.
12, all right.
We were talking about it already.
Yeah, we were talking about it on 12. There's nothing more said.
You don't even need to say anything. The WrestleMania mode was 100% perfect.
It was a really good storyline. I loved it.
I love the Universe mode, the customizations in the Universe mode. FWC, I remember that old school brand. You could have even put NXT in there. It was amazing. The customization was good. I loved how they had one of the greatest superstars on the cover, Randy Orton. And yeah, WWE 12 was amazing.
So for my number 3, it's going to be WWE 13. Nothing more said. I loved that. I loved the Attitude Era mode. I liked the Universe mode as well, where you can unlock some superstars. Like there's gonna be a random fighter, and out comes that wrestler. Like with WWE 12, they did that as well. But the Attitude Era, I loved the Attitude Era mode, man. There's nothing more said about WWE 13. On to your number 3, Don.
My number 3 is 100%. They have the greatest general manager mode, or second greatest general manager mode in WWE history, or games history. And that is WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. I love that game mode when they introduced ECW as well into the GM mode, and it was amazing, man. You know, what I used to love doing is putting John Cena in ECW and just destroying everyone with either Triple H or John Cena or Kurt Angle.
Remember those days?
But Kurt Angle you can't do.
Remember in 2006 where John Cena lost the WWE title to Rob Van Dam at ECW One Night Stand, and he just destroyed everyone on the ECW roster. Those were the good days.
The good days. And I loved how the ECW, the fans, oh my god.
Yeah, they were great fans.
But guys, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 is my number 3. So Leigh's number 2, please.
Tied 2, because I've got 2 games that are equally great. I've got SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 and SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, a PS1 game. And I bet that you haven't played it for yourself, Edan.
I have played that, actually.
Okay, so SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. It also had a good story mode where you can unlock some superstars, yeah? And I did like how you can, like, wrestle some commentators. Like, you can wrestle Michael Cole.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was actually a weird unlockable, but it was funny at the same time because you get to bash up Michael Cole. Okay, so with SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, nothing said. On to number
2.
1. Oh, yeah,
me.
your number 2.
My number 2 is so simple, and that is SmackDown Shut Your Mouth.
Yes.
Do I even have to say anything about one of the greatest games of all time?
Nothing said.
For me anyways. Or you could do SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. That is probably the greatest WWE game. But I don't put that in my number 1 because it's not mine. But it is probably the greatest WWE game out there. Personal view on a lot of people. But, oh my God. WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. You can walk around in career mode, around the backstage, go in the streets, go everywhere, go on the road, do whatever you want. The Superstar, oh my God, man. That was one of my favorite eras of all time. Oh, man, this is giving me chills just talking about it because old school WWE was absolutely amazing. Now we have to witness this. But, Roman Reigns. But, WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. One of the greatest games of all time. Never forget it.
All right, so before we get to number 1, honorable mentions. Okay,
For you.
Well, for me, yes. I'm
Yes.
going to start off with me. 2009. It was, the roster was...
But the customization was amazing.
But the customization, the road to WrestleMania, nothing more said. SmackDown versus Raw, the first one. SmackDown versus Raw, the first one.
2006?
5.
5, yeah.
Now, that also had a good story mode as well. Okay. 2006 is also on my honorable mentions as well, because same-o, same-o.
So
Good
what's
story
your
mode.
favorite of all time?
Number 1. SmackDown versus Raw 2007.
Thank you! That is my number 1, and I didn't even know Leigh was going to pick that. I swear on my mum's life. This is the greatest WWE game, and I'll tell you why. Money in the Bank they introduced. They introduced the old school Raw. This is the last game Kurt Angle was on, except for WWE 2K18. Or 17.
No, 18 was his returning
18.
game. Those 7.
Oh my
WWE's
God.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
The music.
The music.
Oh my God.
The music. It's got to be one of the greatest music tracks in...
Soundtrack, yeah.
Soundtracks, yeah, in WWE history.
It is the greatest soundtrack, and when you turn on the game...
It's just...
wait.
Oh, I love it.
I want to watch the song. Let's say nothing forever.
I got a bullet with your name on it. Bullet with your name.
You see, this is the greatest WWE of all time.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it, man. That is my
I
childhood.
love SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, and it deserves number 1 on both our
It
lists.
gives me chills talking about it. So now, guys, we are going to do fantasy booking. Actually, you know what? No, we're not. We're going to do straight ahead to the rumor mill. And Leigh is going to talk about rumors.
All right. Rightio then. On to the rumor mill. Just let me bring this up. All right, here we are. The Undertaker is currently advertised for SmackDown 1000 on October the 16th. Matches advertised right now includes AJ Styles and Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Speaking of Daniel Bryan, in that advertisement, as well as his participation in WWE 2K19, have speculation rampant that he has actually signed a new deal with WWE as had previously been rumored. According to BW Insider, Dean Ambrose was hidden from everyone backstage before his return on Raw this week. So basically, no one from Raw backstage knew that Dean Ambrose was in the building. Sin Cara was on Instagram saying he was in Birmingham, Alabama to see a doctor. So he's apparently to be injured and may need surgery for whatever it is. Another wrestler spotted in Birmingham was NXT's Riddick Moss, per PW Insider. Plans for the big dog Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman to work house shows after SummerSlam was led many, including Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer, to think WWE is considering turning one or the other heel.
Who?
Roman and Braun Strowman.
Yes! Finally! Screw, I don't care about Strowman. Turn Roman Reigns heel already, man.
Though it's just a rumor. Don't get your hopes up.
I don't care if it's a goddamn rumor. I'm getting excited.
Okay, despite some online rumors saying she was unhappy and even had walked out on WWE a la Neville, Meltzer says Asuka is fine and has no intention to leave the company. I said get the hell out of SmackDown, full stop. She's been horrible on SmackDown ever since she was brought up from the Superstar Shakeup. CM Punk being sued by Colt Cabana may be changing fans' minds about the Chicago native. Punk's name was booed in his hometown when mentioned at Progress show there is this weekend. And there's some concern about the reaction he'll get at his pre-All-In signing. So apparently Punk is going to be at All-In, possibly. Speculation is Stockley Hathaway may be WWE bound after his Evolve 111 loss and farewell speech. Ringside Seats says he impressed officials while working WrestleMania Access in April. After Ty Dillinger's match against Shelton Benjamin on Sunday night's house show ended with the referee throwing up, with dreaded X and Dillinger being helped to the back. There's lots of concerns online. Concerns online and in the arena, Ty may have suffered a serious injury. Recent social media teas have led to speculation, like in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, that the idea of the 4 horsewomen of WWE versus the 4 horsewomen of MMA program is still on the table. So we could see it at some point.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping it's either at Survivor Series or WrestleMania. Either those two.
I hope Survivor Series.
The hope is Sami Zayn will be back in time for WrestleMania 35 next year. And Sami Zayn has been out on a shoulder injury. We hope that Sami Zayn gets back. WrestleVotes says an announcement on the location for SummerSlam 2019 is coming this week, and that the 2 favorites are polar opposites on the map. Finally, per the Observer, there are negotiations ongoing regarding airing All In as part of a regular television replay after the exclusive pay-per-view window closes. And also for WWE Super Showdown, John Cena is going to be taking on Kevin Owens. I'm really looking forward to Super Showdown as well. That's it for the rumor mill. And Edan, your fantasy booking, please.
Okay. It is going to be my fantasy booking finally coming back, but Leigh is joining me today. And I need to get I just want to point out that I remember the start of the year, I think, or not the start of the year. The start of the year, how I booked SummerSlam. It did not book out the way I wanted it at all. It did not book out the way I wanted it at all. I knew that was going to happen. So, after SummerSlam, or during SummerSlam, let's just say this. Let me get to the main event of the evening, or the bad event of the evening. We got Roman Reigns
versus the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
There we go. So my fantasy is for this, my booking. I want Roman to just get frustrated. He can't get the beast 1, 2, 3. He can't pin him. He can't do anything. He absolutely can't do anything. He's just getting frustrated. He throws Paul Heyman. He starts hitting refs. He starts hitting everyone. And then boom, boom, F5. 1, 2, kick out. Spear. 1, to Braun Strowman comes out, or Kevin Owens, I don't care. Screws Reigns. Just about when the ref was gonna count 3, it didn't happen. Reigns got screwed. Reigns gets screwed, turns into a triple threat match. Strowman lays out Reigns with one power slam to the table. He's out. And then Strowman defeats Lesnar because he's tired. Strowman leaves the building. And Reigns gets up and just starts pummeling on Lesnar. And he just goes crazy. And I reckon Dean Ambrose, or no, not Dean, because he would probably be heel by that time. Someone like Seth Rollins comes out. And then, boom! Spear by Reigns. Boom! Winning him heel. Leigh, what is your fantasy booking for the main event?
So for my fantasy booking for the main event, well, I'm expecting a beatdown. I'm expecting Roman Reigns to get beaten down by Brock Lesnar, and then
Beaten, victimized, and conquered.
Yes. Beaten down by Brock Lesnar. Suddenly he comes back. Spear. 1, 2, and either Braun or Owens music hits, and then it becomes a triple threat match. Then either Strowman and Owens wins the Universal title. Simple as that. So, yeah, that's what I would have for SummerSlam's main events. Anything else?
Alright, so since I just started, I want Leigh to start because we really don't know Leigh's fantasy bookings. We haven't heard a lot from Leigh.
Well, I'm not
I'm not
a fantasy booker.
We know you're not a fantasy booker, but we want to see your mind. Everyone wants to know what you like.
Okay, then.
So, Leigh, what do you think? Or what is your fantasy to go home, or not to go home, the show after SummerSlam?
So, for the Raw after SummerSlam, I am predicting if either Owens or Strowman wins the Universal title, Reigns comes out, gets all pissy, and some good guys come out and say, Roman, relax. You cannot do it. You can't go after the Universal title, or you can't win it. And then Roman says, if you don't think I can win it, then screw you. Bang. Superman punch or spear, whichever works.
We want him heel. That's it. That's all.
That's all we wanted.
That's all we want. And we don't like Roman. And we probably won't even like Roman when he's heel. But it's better for us and for the universe because we don't have to complain. He could still win titles if he's good as a heel, though.
Yeah. Okay, so for the Universal title, I think more of Kevin Owens because I'm thinking Kevin Owens can have a special Kevin Owens show with him as Universal Champion and say, how about that? I'm a 2-time Universal Champion. I'm the best Universal Champion there is. And Kurt Angle comes out and says, we'll be having a number one contender match or tournament, whichever works, which you said the other week on the show.
Yes, I did say that.
A tournament for the number one contender spot for Hell in a Cell next month in September. So yeah, a tournament with Balor, Corbin, and whoever else they can throw in there. Strowman,
McIntyre.
Yeah, McIntyre. Rollins.
Reigns.
Not Reigns.
If he's heel.
If he's heel, yes.
Yes.
If it's possible. Or Dean Ambrose.
But they won't. I'll tell you why. Because Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are just gonna feud.
Well, yeah, they're gonna feud. With the look that Dean Ambrose has, it's easy to say. It's easy to say. Though, yeah, Kevin Owens, Kurt Angle comes out, Universal title tournament. That's what I'm thinking for the Universal title.
Who wins?
Who wins that?
And who should verse Kevin Owens in a Hell in a Cell?
And who should verse him? I'm more thinking Drew McIntyre, since he deserves it more than anyone on the Raw roster. But I'm more thinking Drew McIntyre. I'm thinking Drew McIntyre.
Okay, so for my Raw show after SummerSlam, so as I said either Braun Strowman or Kevin Owens is going to be champion. So for my fantasy, I've obviously wanted Kevin Owens to be champion. Now, a heel can't versus a heel, can they?
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. No.
No. I'm going to put the title on Strowman. Now, Strowman, on the day, has to defend his title. He has to defend his title against Reigns. Reigns still probably not heel yet. He's not fully heel. Reigns gets screwed over again by Brock Lesnar. And then leaves. He just leaves. Gets Roman pissed. Roman attacks Strowman. Everyone tries to get him off. He turns heel. And then the next week, Authors of Pain and Roman Reigns. That's what I want. Aha, I want that, man. Oh my God, that would be ruthless. That would be scary. I would be scared.
Actually, what if during an Authors of Pain match on the SummerSlam, on the Raw after SummerSlam, what if Roman comes out and shakes head with the Authors of Pain, like goes,
yeah.
Yeah, that would work.
That would. I hope Reigns does not win. But what I heard from Paul Heyman when he said, but if Reigns, and then didn't say anything, remember?
Yeah.
A week ago?
Yeah, just a week ago.
Yeah. That surprises me, man, because I don't know if Paul Heyman's going to screw over Lesnar. I don't know if Reigns is going to turn heel by Paul Heyman screwing over Lesnar. And if that does happen, Reigns with Heyman could help Reigns. It could help Reigns. You never know.
It could, yeah.
Now, guys, I know this is not a long fantasy booking show, but there's nothing going on in WWE, unfortunately. So we're going to skip that. But now we want to review... No. We're going to review 205 Live, guys, and then the G1 Climax. We have a lot of time left.
Okay. So the show opened up with Drake Maverick with a hype video with Lio Rush and Akira Tozawa, one of the best cruiserweights there is. And then for the main event, Cedric Alexander versus Jack Gallagher in a non-cruiserweight title match without Drew Gulak and Brian Kendrick at ringside. All right, now Lio Rush and Akira Tozawa. I have nothing else to say about these guys. They just go so well together. The speed, the agility. There's nothing more I can say about these guys. They just go so well together. And I'm hoping this match is the last we see of them. I'm hoping Lio Rush gets more than just Akira Tozawa. I'm hoping he gets a number one contender match for the Cruiserweight title. Those fatal 5-ways, those fatal 4-ways, all that stuff. I'm hoping Lio Rush is one of them. One of the participants. Hideo Itami versus a jobber named Trent Newman. It was just Hideo Itami bashing the absolute hell out of Trent Newman. The match ended up in a no contest. And, Hideo won by knockouts. All right, and for next week, Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy will be taking on the Lucha House Party again, but this time in a Tornado Tag Team match. Also for next week, Noam Dot will be taking on TJ Perkins, and the main event, Jack Gallagher and Cedric Alexander.
Sorry, guys, I'll be back in a sec. Just gonna grab a box of tissues.
All right. So yeah, the match was also pretty good, and the match with Cedric Alexander finishing the match, it usually goes by that knee to back, I think it was freaking whatever it's called. I don't know. But yeah, it finished off with like some sort of Spanish fly. Yeah, it ended up in a Spanish fly, and Cedric Alexander got the win. And then that face that Jack Gallagher gave out in the he was filled with disgust and hatred after losing. And just after the match, Brian Kendrick came out and attacked Cedric Alexander, and then Alexander recovered enough to take out Kendrick and Gallagher, and then out came Drew Gulak. I'm telling you, I'm hoping he wins the Cruiserweight Championship at SummerSlam, but it should be on the main show, not the pre-show. These guys belong on the main show, not the pre-show. The only matches that deserve to be on the pre-show is Corporate Corbin and Balor. And I know that Finn Balor is a really good wrestler, but he's just not doing much. He's not doing much. He belongs on the pre-show. Finn Balor belongs on the pre-show, not the main show with Corporate Corbin.
What?
I'm saying it. Finn Balor and Corporate Corbin belong on the pre-show. No. If there's anything to replace that, like Drew Gulak and Cedric Alexander belong on the main show. And
yeah, so get rid of Ronda and Alexa. I'm joking, guys.
But
Seriously,
Finn
Balor is
Corporate
amazing.
Corbin and Finn Balor, like I'm just so over this feud. It belongs on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Like it's gone to a point where I don't care about Finn Balor anymore.
Same.
All right, so that's it for 205 Live. Now on to the G1 Climax Final.
So unfortunately, I did not watch this pay-per-view.
But I did.
But Leigh did. I did watch Kota Ibushi versus
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Hiroshi Tanahashi. I did watch that. I only watched half of it. I'm sorry. I had to go to bed. But it was very back and forth.
Yeah.
Very, very back and forth. He will talk about it.
All right.
Sorry, Leigh. But let me just get one thing clear. Roman Reigns sucks. So go, Leigh.
All right. So the show opened up with Togi Maha with a 6-man tag team match with the team of Togi Makabe, Michael Elgin, and Tomokai Honma versus Yuji Nagata, the Blue Justice, with two young lions named Shota Umino and Ayato Yoshida. Both those two kids, they looked interesting. They looked good in the ring. But the winners of that match was Makabe, Elgin, and Honma. Those three were great. Toa Henare versus Bad Luck Fale. It was just 2 minutes. Fale won. Now on to match 3. Taiji and Takashi Iizuka versus Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi. This match was also good. And Takashi, he looked like an animal. He was just biting Goto and Hashi's head. And with Yoshihashi, he was more specifically biting his injured shoulder. I'm telling you, he's a freaking animal. Takashi is freaking amazing. Taichi and Iizuka won that match. Juice Robinson and David Finlay versus Cody Rhodes and Adam Page of the Bullet Club Elite. Now, I'm not huge on Juice Robinson, but David Finlay I am intrigued with. The son of Fit Finlay. Though with Cody Rhodes and Adam Page, good as always. They were so good. They won the match. Marty Scurll and Cody Rhodes, Marty Scurll and the Young Bucks of the Bullet Club Elite versus Taiji Ishimori and the Guerrillas of Destiny of the Bullet Club OG. Now, before the match started, the Guerrillas of Destiny were talking about drop those belts, or if you want to fight us, put those mother effers up. That was Tonga Loa's lines. he was amazing on the mic. I was surprised that he said that. Though the Young Bucks, as fighting champions, put the titles on the line. It was the never openweight 6-man tag team titles. Now, I was intrigued with the Bullet Club civil war going on. And I'm more on the elite side than the OG side. As much as I like the Guerrillas of Destiny and Taiji Ishimori, I'm more elite. Though the Guerrillas of Destiny and Taiji Ishimori won, it was Taiji's first ever IWGP or New Japan title ever. Los Ingobernables de Japón versus Suzuki Gun. Bushi, Evil, Sonata, and Tetsuya Naito versus Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., El Desperado, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. It was a war between these teams. Los Ingobernables de Japón and Suzuki Gun have been going at it since, I think it was the end of last year, whenever it was. But they went to war. Minoru Suzuki and Tetsuya Naito, they belong together. Like, whenever I watch Minoru Suzuki, he belongs with anyone. He just gels with everyone. Whenever it's Michael Elgin, Hiroki Goto, Michael Elgin, whoever it is, they belong together. Though Los Ingobernables won, Chaos is Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, and Jay White versus Bullet Club's Kenny Omega, Yujiro Takahashi, and Chase Owens. Plus, Yujiro Takahashi's girl, Pater, I think it's named. She's named. She's so good. Though, this match was also pretty good, and Chaos won the match. And Kazuchika Okada and Roppongi 3K's Sho and Yo versus Rey Mysterio, Kushida, and pro wrestler Sengoku Nebu. It was Rey Mysterio's, I think it's Rey Mysterio's second match with New Japan. Yeah, it's his second match. And he looked good than he did in his first. And I'm a bit confused with Okada's red hair. Like, when he lost the IWGP Heavyweight title, he just changed outfits.
What, he has red hair now?
Yeah, he has red hair and red tracks. It's a bit weird. Though he looked good. He looked good. Though Mysterio, Kushida, and pro wrestler Sengoku Nebu won. On to the main event, boys. Kota Ibushi versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the G1 Climax Trophy.
And Kota Ibushi should have won.
Well, I agree with you, but it still didn't. It still
And it should be in WWE.
Though it still didn't stop him from being a good match.
Yeah, it didn't stop, but wrong winner. That's like me saying Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar had a good match, but Roman Reigns won. But no, they're two of really good wrestlers. So, Leigh, let's say you have to review the show for an hour now. That was a massive match.
Yeah. Though, it was just amazing from start to finish. I was excited for this match. And Ibushi, I think he was the MVP of this match.
Yeah, easy.
Though Tanahashi, I may like Hiroshi Tanahashi, but he may have deserved that trophy, but I still think that Kota Ibushi deserved it more since he had more highlights than Tanahashi.
Yes.
And how was that drive-by and the stomp?
Oh,
that
my
was
God.
crazy.
That was crazy.
And then when Kota Ibushi was going for that driver,
yeah.
landed. Tanahashi landed on his neck. I was like,
his neck, yeah.
Yeah, it was like super crazy.
Okay, guys.
Though this match gets a 5.
Yep.
The other matches weren't important, but this one was so important. I had to review it.
Okay, guys. Unfortunately, the podcast has ended. Next week, we're going to have a massive episode at SummerSlam. We're going to have a SummerSlam review, a Raw review, and then a SmackDown review.
And an NXT takeover. Brooklyn.
So the timetable for next week will be SummerSlam review first, Takeover Brooklyn,
Hold on,
Raw.
we should do Brooklyn first and then SummerSlam because Brooklyn is the best show
Actually,
there
no,
is.
you never know. NXT call-ups could happen in SummerSlam. So, but I still want to do SummerSlam as it is.
Oh, yeah, second biggest event of the year.
SummerSlam, to me, it's the third. Royal Rumble's way bigger.
Yeah,
But
I
anyways,
agree.
SummerSlam, NXT, TakeOver Brooklyn, Raw, SmackDown, E&L segment, and I think that will be the show. But guys, sorry, but we got to end the podcast. Have a good night.
2Sweet.
Bullet Club for life.
Good night.